So third module flow is botnets after DDoS concepts and DDoS techniques. This section deals with organized cybercrime syndicates, organizational charts, botnets, and botnet propagation techniques, botnet ecosystems, scanning methods for finding vulnerable machines, and the propagation of malicious code. So organized cybercrime organizational chart, organized crime syndicates, they maintain hierarchy it seems. Apart from create, they even rent the botnets. They provide services like development of malware, hacking bank accounts, etc. For example, an organized crime syndicate might perform a DDoS attack against a bank to divert the attention of the bank's security team while they clean out bank accounts with stolen account credentials. The growing involvement of organized crime syndicates is in politically motivated cyber warfare and hacktivism is a matter of concern for national security agencies. Botnets are just used for DDoS attacks, also used for data collection or data mining activities such as web spidering. In fact, main purpose of bot is to collect data. There are three types of bots such as internet bots, IRC bots, and chatter bots. Examples for IRC bots are SupiBot, Sopel, EnergyMech, and EggDrop. Botnet owners are order both bots and other malicious programs such as Trojans, viruses, worms, keyloggers, and specially crafted applications to attack remote computers via networks. Developers offer malware services on public sites or closed internet resources. Attackers can use botnets to perform the following: DDoS attacks, then spamming. Attackers use SOCKS proxy for spamming. They harvest email addresses from web pages or other sources. Sniffing traffic, key logging, spreading new malware, installing advertisement add-ons. Botnets can be used to perpetrate a click fraud by automatic clicking. Google AdSense abuse. Some companies permit showing Google AdSense ads on their websites for economic benefits. Botnets allow an intruder to automatically click on an ad, producing a percentage increase in the click view. Attacks on IRC chat networks, also called clone attacks. These attacks are similar to a DDoS attack. A master agent instructs each bot to link to thousands of clones within an IRC network, which can flood the network, manipulating online polls and games. Every botnet has a unique address, enabling it to manipulate online polls and games. Mass identify theft. Botnets can send a large number of emails while impersonating a reputable organization such as eBay. This technique allows attackers to steal information for identity theft. Scanning methods for finding vulnerable machines. Random scanning. In this technique, the infected machine, an attacker's machine or a zombie, probes IP addresses randomly in the target's IP range and checks their vulnerability. On finding a vulnerable machine, it hacks and attempts to infect the vulnerable machine by installing the same malicious code installed on it. The technique generates significant traffic because many compromised machines probe and check the same IP addresses. Malware propagates quickly in the initial stage, and the speed of the propagation reduces as the number of new IP addresses available decreases with time. Hit list scanning. After random scanning, next is hit list scanning. Through scanning, attacker first collects a list of potentially vulnerable machines and then creates a zombie army. Subsequently, the attacker scans the list to find a vulnerable machine. Once a vulnerable machine is found, the attacker installs malicious code on it and divides the list into half. The attacker continues to scan one half, whereas the other half is scanned by the newly compromised machine. This process keeps repeating, causing the number of compromised machines to increase exponentially. This technique ensures the installation of malicious code on all the potentially vulnerable machines in the hit list within a short time. Topological scanning. This technique uses the information obtained from an infected machine to find new vulnerable machines. An infected host checks for URLs in the hard drive of a machine that it wants to infect. Subsequently, it shortlists URL and targets and it checks their vulnerability. This technique yields accurate results and its performance is similar to that of a hit list scanning technique. Local subnet scanning. In this technique, an infected machine searches for a new vulnerable machine in its local network behind a firewall by using the information hidden in the local addresses. Attackers use this technique in combination with other scanning mechanisms. Permutation scanning. In this technique, attackers share a common pseudo-random permutation list of IP address of all machine. Pseudo-random list of IP addresses. The list is created using a block cipher of 32 bits and pre-selected key. If a compromised host is infected during either hit list scanning or local subnet scanning, the list is scanned from immediately after the point of the compromised host to identify new targets. If a compromised host is infected during permutation scanning, scanning restarts from a random point. If an already infected machine is encountered, scanning restarts from a new random start point in the permutation list. The process of scanning stops when the compromised host consequently encounters a predefined number of already infected machines and fails to find new targets. Thereafter, a new permutation key is generated to initiate a new scanning phase. Permutation scanning has the following advantages. The reinfection of target is avoided. New targets are scanned at random, thereby ensuring a high scanning speed. In the next video, we will see how the malicious code propagates.